Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know me, I'm John's younger brother, Daniel, but today you can call me Dan, the best man. I know how hard it must have been for John to finally admit that I am in fact the best. A few months ago I was talking to John and he said to me, Dan, I don't really want you to speak at my wedding, but you're the only brother I have. So here we are. And to be honest with you, I'm just glad I got an invitation. This is actually the second wedding between a British man and an American woman, which I've been looking forward to the most this year. Except in the other one, it was the groom who had red hair and the bride who was wearing makeup. I'm still struggling to decide which wedding was better so far, because in the other one, the Queen was in the audience. So I'm not sure you can top that. So, where do I start with John? Well, we met back in the 90s. Back when it was still socially acceptable to wear your pajamas outdoors. And when I saw him for the first time, I was speechless. In fact, I was crying like a baby and pooing myself incessantly. So it was a bit of an emotional day. As we were growing up in Belgium, we had the odd fights and bickering here and there like any brothers do, but we've ended up respecting and loving one another, because that's apparently what sensible adults do nowadays, and we're just trying to fit in. Speaking of fitting in, not many people know this, but John and I used to wear costumes and do silly performances as kids. One time we used to be waiting behind our living room door and then burst into the room, hand in hand, slowly pacing forwards and singing the wedding march song in front of our proud mother. Yes. Then we do the same thing in fixer sessions several times over. Yes, that's right, Chris. John has rehearsed for this wedding before. And not to brag or anything, but my mum said the bride was a very handsome boy. It's okay, it's not a competition. Unsurprisingly, as the younger brother, I grew up looking to John a lot of the time. That is, until I turned 15 and I got suddenly really tall. So it was more of a metaphorical looking up after that. I still remember the day when John realised I was taller and he said, "This is not cool, Dan, it's not natural." John has influenced my life many a time as I was growing up. When he started playing basketball, I wanted to play too, even though I was too young to join his group. When he played soccer at recess with his friends, I wanted to play with them as well, even though I was half their own size. Even now, I seem to be following his footsteps. When John started a long-distance relationship with Carissa, I thought to myself, hey, what a fantastic idea. I think I should go through that agony as well. I've now been in a long-distance relationship for almost 2 years, and but it is officially now a close-distance relationship since last week. There's my girlfriend now. Her name is Jean, and she's come all the way from Malaysia. It's amazing how far people will go just for a free meal. Oh wait, that's why I'm here as well. I think the only time where I thought twice about copying my big brother was back when he still had hair and dyed it partially blonde, defining moment for any young boy in the mid-90s. But I thought about it for a second and I thought, nah, I don't really want to look like one of the Backstreet Boys. It's crazy to think that it's been almost 10 years since our dad passed away, and I know how profoundly this affected you at the time, as it affected all of us, especially since I also left the house to go to university the following year. But I'm really glad you got through it and that you also found your soulmate during that difficult time in your life. It's a shame that Dad couldn't be here to celebrate with us today, as well as our grandpa and a number of others, but I like to believe they're all still here in spirit and surely being with pride. I'm proud to say that my brother has blossomed to become a charming, handsome, smart, funny... Sorry, I can't quite read handwriting, John, you'll have to tell me the rest later. In my own words, I truly love my brother for who he is. I admire him for his intelligence, his willingness to learn, his abstract thoughts on life, his sense of humour, and knowing that he's always got my back. John, even though we don't exchange many words between us or say I love you that often, I just wanted to let you know that I'm proud of you, I've always looked up to you, and I wish you all the best in this new chapter of your life. No matter what happens in life, you'll always be my big brother, and I'll always be your little brother, and I love you. Who's cutting onions? Stop it. Now Carissa, I can't quite remember when we first met, but it must have been some time when we were still living outside London. What I do know is that the moment I saw you and John together, I could sense that you were a perfect fit. Over the years, I've gotten to know Carissa better, and at the same time, I've learned a few things about Minnesota, which I didn't know before. Like the fact that you say beg instead of bag. Or that you say, oh yeah, sure, when you agree with someone. Or, when it's a warm day in Minnesota, that you sometimes use your back garden as a temporary freezer to chill your beers. You can't buy that. Most of the things I know about Minnesota are thanks to Marshall Erickson from How I Met Your Mother. All I can say is that I'll have to give it some serious thought if I try your traditional gummy bear, mayo and Funyun salad. This may shock most of you, but I've been a Lakers fan most of my life. So the idea of supporting the Timberwolves is a bitter pill to swallow, but I'm willing to do it for my new American relatives. As I've gotten to know Carissa better over the years, I've come to realise that she's exceptionally polite, considerate, and a fun person to hang around with. I've also learned that she doesn't like melted cheese, only burnt cheese. And I've still yet to see someone do the backpacker dance better than her. Carissa, you make my brother happy in a way I never could. Simmer for a moment. I couldn't have asked for a better sister-in-law, and anyone that can put up with my brother for this long gets my blessing. Welcome to the family. John and Carissa are the definition of how to survive a long-distance relationship. I'm not sure if it's a world record, but after 6 years doing long distance, you should both get a medal from the Queen, in my opinion. It's a testament in itself that you got through 6 years of long distance. That tells me that no matter how far apart you are from each other, the love will always bring you back together. With all the crazy stuff that's happening in the world right now, it's great to see that there are still many moments which are a celebration of love, such as today. I'd just like to say to John and Carissa, I'm truly happy for both of you, and that it's an honour to be standing here today with us men. Carissa, you look absolutely stunning. John, sorry, there's an ink smudge on my speech. You look great. I hope that one day you'll be able to say the same thing my grandpa once told me on the eve of his 60th wedding anniversary. He said, "Ooh, heck, 60 years. They don't put you in jail for murder for that long." To John and Chris, I wish you all the best in this new chapter of your lives. I love you both. Cheers.